Hello, and welcome to my walkthrough on how I recorded and implemented vehicle audio using Wwise in Unreal Engine 5. In this demo, I made use of Wwise's blend tracks, switch containers, states, and RTPCs to create a dynamic audio system for the engine and ambience. In addition to this, allowing functionality for switching between first and third person perspectives. I began this project by going out and collecting source recordings from an RS6 Avant with a friend, then sending it into Reaper to edit and process the sounds. I know I'll be using Wwise blend tracks to simulate the engine, so I recorded the car at set intervals across the 7K RPM range so it fit nicely within the blend track. The next step was to set up the Wwise project with the process samples. I recorded interior and exterior rev ranges, so I'll be needing two separate blend tracks. The blend tracks are controlled by an RTPC I set up earlier called engine rotation. I had to be careful that the RTPC matched the 7K max of the car. I also added voice pitch and volume modifiers to increase slightly when the engine rotation rises. Now that the blend tracks are set up, I created a switch container to allow the players to switch between first and third person. To allow this, I've created two states called TPP and FPP. I then add these states to the switch container and can audition the states within Wwise. With the engine finished, I can move on to the ambience and tire noise. For this, I created a new RTPC called Speed that will cut off the ambience at a certain threshold or slightly raising the volume of the tyre sound. I also added a simple tyre skid sound that would trigger under braking. During this process, I learned a lot about Unreal Engine 5 and its blueprint system and editor. Once the Audi RS6 model was rigged up and the demo was functional, I began building the blueprints for the Wwise Unreal 5 integration. I set up a system for the engine rotation RTPC to receive its value from the engine rotation speed integer. A second system follows on for speed to receive its value from vehicle speed. The goal was still to have a first and third person perspective, so I set up the new camera within the RS6 pawn and set up this blueprint to switch between the two cameras. This blueprint also sets the state of the view switch, allowing the player to switch between first and third person audio systems. One of the largest challenges with this project was managing the relationship between the engine and transmission setup and the Wwise blend tracks. As the blend tracks were being controlled by an RTPC linked to the RPM of the engine, if the gear ratios were incorrect or the torque inaccurate, it would lead to an unconvincing and artificial sounding game. I just want to say thank you to all of you for taking the time to listen to my walkthrough of my Unreal Engine and Wwise integration demo. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you've learned something from it, and thank you. Bye bye.